The 27 Club, the myth that refuses to die. For more than half a century, the 27 Club has haunted the music world like a persistent cultural shadow. It isn't a real club, there are no members, no rules, no dues, yet it remains one of the most famous myths in pop culture. A loosely defined list of musicians and artists who died at the age of 27, many of them icons who left a lasting mark on music history. The story begins in the late 1960s and early 1970s, when four major musicians, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morrison, died one after another at the same age. This cluster of tragedies, occurring within less than 3 years, turned the number 27 into a symbol loaded with meaning. But it was only in 1994, after the death of Kurt Cobain, that the term 27 Club truly entered the cultural lexicon. Amy Winehouse's death in 2011 cemented the mythology even further. The myth, between fact and imagination. Despite its popularity, research shows no statistical spike in musician deaths at age 27. The phenomenon is more coincidence than pattern, amplified by the high profile of a few artists. Still, the myth refuses to fade. Perhaps it's the combination of youthful genius, intense lifestyles, addiction, public pressure, and above all, our human tendency to turn tragedies into stories. The holy trinity of Hendrix, Joplin, and Morrison became symbols of wild, creative, and ultimately destructive rock culture. The faces behind the number. The 27 Club includes dozens of names, but a few have become central pillars of the myth. Robert Johnson, the legendary blues musician who died in 1938, often considered the club's spiritual ancestor. Brian Jones, founder of the Rolling Stones, who died under mysterious circumstances. Jimi Hendrix, one of the most influential guitarists in history. Janis Joplin, a powerhouse vocalist and one of the defining voices of her era. Jim Morrison, the Doors' charismatic frontman, a symbol of freedom and bohemian rebellion. Kurt Cobain, the voice of the grunge generation, whose death made the myth global. Amy Winehouse, a gifted singer with a rare voice, who struggled with addiction and fame. Why are we still fascinated by this club? Sociologists argue that the power of the myth lies not in data but in narrative. It blends tragedy, the romanticism of young genius, and the fear of fame's destructive potential. The 27 Club isn't a statistical truth, it's a cultural mirror, reflecting the stories we tell about talent, suffering, and the thin line between creation and self-destruction. Conclusion. The 27 Club remains a cultural phenomenon that continues to captivate researchers, fans, and journalists. It may not be a real club, but it stands as a painful reminder of the fragility of artistic life, and of our tendency to turn coincidences into mythology.